Morning.
Good morning, Nicole. Hey, Nicole.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Good morning. We don't have any members in attendance just yet.
Thank you. I haven't heard the only person. I don't think I've heard from anybody. There may be one person. I'm checking my email right now.
Dennis Harrigan said she will not be here today.
I checked this morning and there weren't any excused absence requests that I saw.
Okay, what'd you say, Malcolm?
Did you, Keisha, did you get Shayna Kerrigan's? She sent one in. I will forward it if not. It was at least yesterday.
Do you know how she sent it?
Let me check.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for joining. We are waiting on a few other committee members to get started. It would appear it's 10:04. Thank you all for being here. We have, I believe, 8 members of the committee. And thus far, there is one here. Um, so I know we will finish on time because we don't have an agenda that will take all our time, but let's give maybe until 10:10 for folks to arrive. And if they arrive sooner and we get quorum, we'll get started sooner. Okay, I just sent a ping to the committee reminding that meeting is starting now. Jonathan, you'll get it too. Sorry about the double book. You happen to be in the group. So. Good morning, Tracy. Thank you for being here. Good morning again, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning. We are a committee of 8 people, and 2 are here at this moment. So we had said a moment ago, Tracy, we would try to wait until 10:10. I will say that for the purposes of the meeting, um, we can do information only for those that are here. There were no items that were expected to be voted on today. So, committee members that are here, if you'd like, we can go ahead and review the information that we have related to um, the performance evaluation results and things like that. Um, So I will make it the call of the committee members, whether we hang out for a while to see if other committee members are able to join. I did send an email to everybody again saying the meeting was starting, so.
Anthony, you're saying you're going to get a few more minutes before we proceed. Is that what you're stating as an option?
Yes, and also Jonathan said he's okay with starting the meeting and proceeding with the agenda. I think
Yeah.
that's good. There's nothing to vote on, so I think we'll be okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, official good morning, everybody. This is Anthony Henderson with the Durham COC lead agency. I am standing in as a chair until we are able to get a chair for the Performance Management Committee. It's March 13th, and this is our March Performance Management Committee meeting. I do want to alert that we do not have quorum at this time. And we are aware of one excused absence and two members that are here. We are anticipating more will join. In the meantime, we will not do anything that requires a vote or otherwise approval. We will just proceed with the rest of the agenda as suggested by Member Coombs. Can you all see my screen? Would you give a thumbs up if you can?
Yes, we can.
Thank you, Nicole. All right, let's get to it. So, after we take a moment to recognize any public comment, we will skip the approval of minutes, and we will focus on scorecard clarification, report cards, and summary results from the spring evaluation. For the record, Keisha, do we have any public comments that were requested? If you're
No, there
here,
weren't any public comments.
okay, perfect, thank you. All right, let's go to committee activities really quickly. What's happening right now? Okay. As you know, we have completed the first three things. This is a slide that I am bringing to every meeting to make sure that we are staying on track with the deliverables of the committee. So we have made it through our first semi-annual performance evaluation. Although we are just finishing that up in early March or mid-March, so we are not able to do the detailed results today, but we'll provide summary results. So highlighted, you will see where we're supposed to be in March. And also I've added a new item for April. We did not have any items on there for April specifically, but because of the timing of us completing the evaluations here at the lead agency, we did not have time to do a deeper dive to share the results with the agencies or to do any related TA. So that will be happening over the next month. And in the meantime, we have compiled summary results for you all today. So I am very happy to report, just as a matter of kind of a sidebar that, HUD has begun sending out award letters to our agencies, that are renewals or new. So, please keep us posted if your agency has applied. We just want to know that, you've gotten your letter and that the amount that you were expecting kind of matches up. We have a few, but not all applicants that have received their award letters. So we're just tracking to make sure that, everything goes as anticipated. So, 2025 scorecard clarification. As we mentioned in a past meeting, the scorecard was meant to be informative and not punitive, and it's supposed to help the projects understand how well they're performing, how they're impacting the system with their performance, and to alert when TA might be necessary. So if you'll remember, this committee in November started to have community sessions with providers, and we all developed not only the performance measures that were standing in RRH and PSH projects, but we also added in street outreach and emergency shelter projects and rapid rehousing projects that were non-COC funded to kind of expand and take a deeper look into our system. So we have successfully been able to evaluate 19 projects, that are either COC or non-COC funded across street outreach, emergency shelter, rapid rehousing, and permanent supportive housing. So, to get there, we hosted 2 virtual office hour sessions and 1 in-person lunch and learn. We had 1 attendee that came to the in-person lunch and learn. And so we were grateful that, someone took advantage of it. It's the perfect time if you, are an agency wanting to get through this process and wanting to do it with support. You can come and talk to us and we can help walk you through or support you in any way you need. I want to just clarify a couple of things about the scorecard. As we got into the process, remember that this was a new process for non-COC funded projects. So we didn't really know how it was going to work until we tested it. And so, one of the things we learned in the non-COC funded projects was that we had to exclude component 3. Because there was missing source information. So the source information provided normally in the tool for rapid rehousing for COC funded guides you to the grant information worksheet, and it guides you to SAGE, and it guides you to other things. And so for non-COC funded projects, they would not be listed on a grant information worksheet and things like that. So we just excluded that component for now, and we will in future evaluations, include a separate document for those projects to have access to that information and be able to add that component back into the scorecard. Also for non-cash and health insurance benefits, although we won't affect the overall integrity of the instrument, these questions will be modified for accuracy in future evaluations. So we realized, that when we automated the tool to make it a lot friendlier, we had to short circuit some of the more complex formulas, and we've now figured out how to get more accuracy in that. So we need to modify the language. It's just source language from the APR, so it's not changing the integrity of the tool overall. So we will be doing that as well for the future evaluation. So I listed a bullet here that said the automated scoring template was delayed, causing manual compilation of scores. I want to explain that a little bit. When we transitioned from completely manual, we worked with NCCEH to have a tool that runs them automatically for the lead agency. And then we take the self-evaluations that the projects report and we compare them. And wherever there's a discrepancy, we try to resolve it. If it's on us, we will make the change. If it's on the agency, we will walk through that error with them so that they understand what happened and why our tool runs the way it does. In this case, the automated tool from NCCH was delayed due to no fault of theirs. It was internal to the lead agency because once we approved the metrics, we did not send them over right away. And so it takes a minute for their process to work behind the scenes in HMIS and with the tool they create to automate it. Takes a bit to build that out. So we did not give them enough time to do it, although they are almost done with it. And so we will test it anyway in this process. So the lead agency staff, myself, Ricky Gardner, and Malcolm White all got together and ran all of the scorecards ourselves and compared those to any self-evaluations that were submitted. So that is how the process went so far. Do we have any questions so far? I think I see a chat. Malcolm says, Malcolm, can you talk about your comment?
Sure. You just have on the slide included non-COC funded project. Oh, sorry. You said non-COC funded. I wasn't reading clearly. Want to make sure that everybody knows that we evaluated all project types. But I was typing and also reading the slides at the same time. So
thank you, Malcolm. I don't see any questions, so we'll keep going. This year we did something a little bit different. This is a sample report card. And we thought it would be kind of a cool, fun thing that the projects that were evaluated would get sort of a report card on how they did. So this is a sample. Although I will say, in the spirit of disclosure, it is accurate. So when we evaluated project accesses, emergency shelter singles project, they did very well and got an A. So all the projects, as we work through the results with you, will get a report card that reflects kind of the grade you got. I will say as a system, we did very well. You'll learn more about that later. But we thought this was a cool way of just alerting people, and it also gives them a quick way to cross-check that their scores matched our scores. When they go back and say, why did we get a B or a C or an A or a D or an F or whatever? Here's how we matched it up. And it also will prompt for any conversations that might be necessary. So all projects will get a report card. So this is our summary results. We have 19 projects, as I mentioned, that we evaluated. I will say 15 of them scored either A, B, or C. And here you can see the ranges where the project scores. So we had 5 projects that scored between 93 and 98. There were 3 emergency shelter projects and 2 street outreach projects within the A group. For projects who got Bs, they scored between 80 and 88%. There were 5 of them. 3 were rapid rehousing. Well, 4 were rapid rehousing, including 1 DV, and then 1 PSH project. For Cs, we also had 5. There was 1 emergency shelter project, 2 rapid rehousing projects, and 2 permanent supportive housing projects. We had 3 projects to get a D. I want to talk about this one a little bit. One of those is a new rapid rehousing project that did not start until mid last year, and therefore had to get up to speed because HMIS was new for their particular agency. They had been using a comparable version of it. So they are now in our system, now fully operational, but their period of performance was only maybe for like the last 5 months of last year or something like that as they got up to speed. So we believe that that is why they received that grade. I also want to note that the other 2 are longstanding projects that we are aware of, and they even though they got a D, they did not fall within the threshold from our monitoring policy that would require them to get a performance improvement plan. So I want to talk about that a little bit. In our monitoring and evaluation policy, which is posted in the, governance documents policy section of our website, we have a policy that says that the highest scoring COC funded project sets the tone for, sets the threshold for who would get a performance improvement plan. So our highest performing COC funded project was a rapid rehousing project that got an 88%. So if you take 65% of 88, you get 57. And so therefore, any project scoring 57 or less is who we would assign a performance improvement plan to based on the project. So I can tell you that only one project scored within that, under that threshold. And that project was reallocated in 2024. So they are already, we were already dealing with that issue. We have been aware of it for some time. So we will not be issuing a performance improvement plan because that project is ending its cycle with HUD this year. The end of this current funding year is when their grant will end. The results shown here are subject to change because I mentioned that we have not yet reviewed the results with the projects. And so we always like to do that because we are subject to making errors as well. And so we want to make sure that, we work closely and collaboratively with the projects to understand that either ourselves or the projects have done the tool in a way that we are all mutually agreed, follows the instructions and answers the questions accurately and all of that stuff. Sometimes there's a difference in, how the reports were run that feeds into the tool. So we like to take the time to work with the agencies to make sure that we're starting from the same source documents, that we're looking at the same items in the same way, and that we're using the tool as it is expected to be used. So these are summary results that are subject to change. Again, no PIPs are necessary. We will be doing further analysis and discussing details with the projects themselves over the next few weeks. And by the next performance management meeting, we will have more of those details for you to look at. Any questions so far? Okay. Man, we got to the end really quickly. How'd that happen? Okay. So, again, our next steps is to send report cards to the projects this week. Now that we have them already, between today and tomorrow, the projects will be getting their report cards. We will be scheduling technical assistance sessions with all the projects to discuss their results and presenting this information in April to this committee. So I will stop sharing right now and be open to any questions. We still, it appears, do not have a quorum to approve the minutes. So I'll take any questions and then we may be able to end super early this time. Since there are no questions, can I get a little feedback on this meeting? Was everything that we talked about, did it make sense? Did you understand it? did we leave out anything that you're concerned about with regard to the process? Anything else that we need to know?
This is Nicole. Yeah, it seemed very thorough. Understood the performance and understood the scoring.
Thank you, Nicole. Appreciate you. I got a thumbs up from Jonathan, so I think we're all good. Any questions? If anybody joined, you know, kind of at the tail end of this, and wants to give me a call, so that we can talk through what we just discussed, happy to do that. We have some more time in the agenda, so, that we don't need. So I'm happy to, give you all back the rest of your day, if that helps. And I'll also stay on for a moment if there's anybody that wants to chat. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. We will adjourn at 10:30.
All right, thank you.
Hi, Tracy. I'm here. Go ahead, please.
Can we touch base once everyone is gone, Anthony, regarding?
Yes, if you want, because this is Zoom and it's recording, do you want
Okay.
to jump over to Teams?
Or I could, yeah,
Um,
or I can give you a call, whichever's convenient for you.
Yeah, either one is fine. Either one is fine. Thank you. So I'll look out for your call, okay, Tracy?
Okay. Thank you. Have a good afternoon. Bye bye.